What's up, guys? Got another UFC video here today. This one's gonna be on Draftkings. So this is on the UFC Fight Night card, ALMEIDA vs GARBRANDT. And yeah, this is gonna be my Draftkings picks in case you guys wanna, possibly make some money. I'm gonna go ahead and just be sharing one of my lineups with you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna start off with the underdog. Where is he at? Should be up here somewhere. There he is. So I'm starting off with Chris Camozzi. So the reason I'm picking Chris Camozzi is, first of all, I actually think he's gonna win. Miranda is a good kickboxer, good multi-striker, but Camozzi, I think, has a really good chance. So he'll be able to take that power that Miranda is going to be able to give, and also has really great cardio, good takedowns, and his striking is not too bad also. So, and also good submission. So if this guy takes Miranda down, which I know he will, because Miranda gets taken down every fight. If he gets him down and he's on top of him for a bit, maybe he could work a submission or land some ground and pound. But either ways, I think Camozzi here should be able to get a win. Miranda, he's getting older. His cardio is not super good from what I've seen. After two rounds, pretty sure he'll start gassing. So if Camozzi doesn't get caught with any clean punch, in the beginning of the round, or like a kick or something, like if he doesn't get knocked out in that first round, then Camozzi should be able to win this fight. And I know this is the way DraftKings works, you need points and whatnot, but I think Camozzi could win 2 out of the 3 of the rounds, or maybe all 3 rounds, and win a decision here. But I know you guys want points, but there is a chance he might get a finish. You never know. He might be able to tap out Miranda with something, maybe work a submission like I said. So there is a possibility of a finish. But yeah, guys, to be honest, I'm picking him because to afford my other expensive players, I need to pick someone that's lower priced, and he's a very low priced fighter. So I have to pick him because, well, like I said, I think he's gonna win. He may not generate a shit ton of points because it's gonna be hard to finish Miranda, but there is a chance he may get a 3rd round finish or something like that. But I do think he's gonna win by decision though. So at least he's gonna get a win here, guys, and yeah, that's why I'm picking him on my lineup. Also, like I said, he's cheap, 8,900. So let's go ahead and move on to my next pick. Let's go ahead and pick. Go on with my next pick. That's going to be the most expensive player here, or most expensive fighter, Abel Trujillo. So he's fighting against Jordan Rinaldi, who's a grappler, wrestler, with some submissions. Trujillo here is very explosive. Rinaldi here is coming in on less than 2 weeks' notice, I think, or just 2 weeks' notice. So that's not going to be too good for him, right? Coming in short notice like that against someone who's already been training for a fight. Trujillo here is very explosive in that first round. Rinaldi has been knocked out before, and Trujillo has, he's just very strong in that first round. And I just don't think Rinaldi's gonna be able to weather that storm. Rinaldi's coming in short notice, and there is a chance here, guys, that Rinaldi could win this fight if he is able to get Trujillo on the ground and control him. But Trujillo is just so strong, and Rinaldi is kind of a fighter that goes between 145 and 155. So this guy's not like a normal lightweight, like he's kind of like a small lightweight kind of ish. So Trujillo's going to be so strong, and it's going to be hard for Rinaldi to take him down. And I just really think Trujillo here, with his finishing ability, his knockout power, should be able to get this fight done in the 1st or 2nd round, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and say 2nd round knockout for Trujillo if it's not in the 1st. So just with that, if he gets a 2nd round knockout, that's going to add a shit ton of points on DraftKings, and this is what we want. He is very expensive though, as you guys can see. So if you guys don't want to pick him, that's fine, but I really do think if he wins, he's going to win with a finish. So that's why I'm picking Trujillo, and I think for sure he should get a win here. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to another one of my picks. 3rd pick, let's go ahead and go on with my 2nd most expensive fighter. So my 2nd most expensive fighter is where is he at? There he is, Paul Felder. So this guy's a really good striker. He's fighting Josh Berkman, who's a good fighter, veteran. He's durable. But Felder here has better striking, also very aggressive. He's going to be pushing forward Berkman. He's not going to be passive like KJ Noons was against Berkman. He's going to be pushing forward. He's going to be landing leg kicks, hard punches, he's going to land hard knees, hard elbows. He's going to be landing everything with full power. This guy lands power shots. Berkman has only been knocked out, I think, maybe just one time, or just a few times from what I think. But I think it might just be the one time. But he got knocked out against Patrick Cote, who used to fight as high as 205. So I mean, there is a chance here maybe Berkman takes all this damage. But even though, guys, I think Felder's going to be throwing a lot of strikes, and I really do think he's going to get a finish here. Berkman's now at 155 and he needs to fight at 170, so his chin's a little bit weaker now that he has to cut a little bit more weight. So I think Felder here has the power to smash him and to knock him out. And also I think Felder, who's also strong like Berkman, they're both very similar in size, even though Berkman's been the one fighting at the higher weight class. I think Felder here could stuff those takedowns, keep it on the feet, and just punish Berkman with some leg kicks, some punches, and potentially get a finisher, guys. And he is very expensive, 10,800, but I really think he gets a finish, and I really think he gets a win. But there is a chance Berkman also here can get a win, just like Rinaldi has a chance. If Berkman is able to get Felder against the cage and really just out-muscle him, but I really think if Felder has a lot of strength, then we'll be able to prevent that. So, there's that to think about, guys. But I'm picking Felder, and I think he's going to get like a second-round knockout, which would give us a lot of points. And like I said, he's going to land a lot of strikes. So, yeah, guys, I got Felder winning, and he should give us a win here. So let's go ahead and move on to another pick here. Let's see, fourth pick is going to be, where is he at? There he is, Eric Koch. So this guy's fighting Shane Campbell, who's a good striker. Eric Koch here is also a good striker. Eric Koch here was a 145er, now he's at 155. He lost his last fight against Derek Cruikshank. He's been inactive for about 2 years now. But Koch has fought way better competition than Campbell has. And Koch is way better on the feet, like with his speed and whatnot. Campbell's going to be, I think, too slow. Campbell does have some power, but I just don't think he's gonna be able to really catch Koch with something. I think Koch's gonna be using the striking, and if he wants to maybe take it to the ground, he might, but I just don't think he will. But on the ground, Eric Koch does have some good submissions in case Campbell wants to take it to the ground. And like I said, Koch has some submissions. He has finishing ability with submissions, but he also has good power in his hands. So Koch here is reasonably priced at 9,400, so that's not too bad. He is the underdog here in this fight. Campbell's a little bit more expensive at, I think, $10,000. But I think Koch could get this fight done, guys. I think he's going to be a little bit faster than Campbell on the feet, and I think he's gonna land a lot of strikes, and maybe he might even land a clean shot and potentially knock out Campbell, probably like in the third round or something like that. Campbell has been knocked down by John McDessie, who has good power. But like I said, Koch also has some good power here, so there's a chance Koch could knock him out. But don't be surprised if Campbell puts it on him also. Campbell's very tough, and he seems very durable also, so it should be a good fight. But I really think Koch, with the speed advantage here and fast hands, good kicks, should be able to win this fight, and hopefully he gets a finisher, guys. But like I said, I don't think a lot of these fights, not a lot of them will, not a lot of fights will be finishes. But I think this guy will add a lot of points because of his strikes. So I'm picking Koch here, guys, and hopefully gets that win. But I really do think he's gonna get that win, though. All right, so for the final pick, I'm picking Tarek Saffiedine. So this guy's a good striker, a good kickboxer. He's fighting against Rick Story, who's a good wrestler, who also has some okay striking, but Story does have some power. Tarek Saffiedine, in his last fight, fought Jake Ellenberger, who's also very similar to Rick Story. Both of them are wrestlers. Both of them have similar striking, except I think Ellenberger has way better boxing than Story. And another thing here is Story hasn't fought in like 2 years, so he's coming off a long layoff. He's coming off neck surgery or something like that. Now he's good and whatnot. Saffiedine also here, this guy had a little minor cut or something on his knee, so there's that to think about. But I don't think it's gonna affect him in the fight. And I just really think Saffiedine here, with his really good take on the fence, is going to be able to make sure the fight stays on the feet. I don't think Story's going to be able to take him down. And also think Tarek Saffiedine here will land plenty of strikes. As you can see, his FPPG right here is 58.7. This guy lands a lot of kicks, lots of punches, mostly leg kicks. And yeah, I really think he's going to just outstrike Rick Story here. And I don't really think he's going to get a finish, but he might. You never know in MMA. But I think he's going to win by decision, and I think he's going to grab a lot of points, guys. So that's it for my DraftKings picks. I told you guys why I picked my fighters. And yeah, if you guys want to join DraftKings, click the link below in my description. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on the next one.